Hi, beautiful souls. This is Sarah Ariana, and this is a mid-year energy update. First, we're going to take a look at the beginning of the year to the end of June, beginning of July, before we can move deeper into the remainder of the year. So let's take a look back from January to March. And for many of us, we were continuing to clear, release, and riding these energy waves. It was a roller coaster ride and was challenging for so many of us. And then the middle to end of March, many of us felt this shift. And this was a huge opening of light that came in, and aspects of your life may have been transformed completely. And for some of you, you felt this shift. You felt this incredible light that many of us have never felt to this degree before for hours. And you felt the hope. You knew that change is possible. And you could feel that divine unconditional love. And for those of you that didn't feel this wave of light or the love that came in, the information also is that none of us are higher or lower. None of that matters at all. It's that the light did come in, whether you felt it or not. And then we entered eclipse season. and we had that incredible with a Scorpio, right? From 2022, it was like the Scorpio cycle completed, and then again in April of 2023. And we continue to flow through peaks within the Schumann, geomagnetic storms, solar flares. The sun is heating up. And we are entering the next cycle of the sun. And we are now in solar cycle 25 with our sun. And it's predicted that the sunspot activity will peak in 2025. And then in June 15th to 16th, we experienced over a 24-hour geomagnetic storm. June the 17th, the Schumann went through a blackout period. And then this incredible DNA pattern came forward for almost 3 days. It was a very heightened amount of energy that came through us. And with the amount of light that came forward, our bodies then adjust because we are in these 3D bodies. And you may have felt on the 19th or the 20th heavier. You may have heard frequencies and tones, communication coming forward. Even though you may not have understood the communication, you knew to some degree that the tones and frequencies that you were hearing had information to them. June 20th, we had an X1 solar class flare. And you may have experienced from June 17th to June 20th this deep integration process. And June 21st, we experienced the solstice, the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere and the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. And we had an incredible live Zoom event that day that honored those of you that volunteered to be here. And there was empowerment that flowed through you in this session. And if you're interested, this live solstice recorded event is now available for purchase on my store on the website, sarahariana.com. So what does all this mean? That's really what it comes down to. What does all this mean? Why are we going through all this? First off, taking a step back and looking at the bigger picture is that for many of us, we volunteered to be here and we volunteered to go through the shift, through this evolutionary shift of humans for humanity, for Mother Earth. And the second half of the year, from July to December of 2023, we will continue to ride the waves of energy while moving into empowerment. There is awareness that comes in so deep within your soul not to give your power away, or you being small or hiding yourself. We continue with the light transforming our bodies, mind, and soul as we shift into our new reality and we birth our new reality. And in meditation, when I was preparing for this video, the energies came forward, divine love, light energies came forward with 3 words for these next 6 months. And this is transition, transformation, and creation. And they are not in any particular order. For you may find that you are in transition and transformation, and a creation comes forward. And you may find that you're creating something and then you move into a transition or transformation. So what does transition mean? For many, it's navigating through these energies, these current energies that we're going through, because it is intense. It is different for so many of you that you've done the deep dive, the shadow work. And yes, we continue to work on oneself, always learning and growing. And in this transition period, the energies are unlike anything we've gone through before. This is almost daily with our awareness with the energies. We're doing energy check-ins. Are you doing energy check-ins every single day? Are you doing energy check-ins morning, noon, and night? We are moving into a new reality of energy where everything is energy. And we know this. Everything is energy. We already know this. However, due to the amount of work that you've done on oneself, we are moving into a new era, a new reality of awareness and detachment. We detach from the old that no longer serves us. And this may be in relationships. This may be in society for you. You're unplugging. And there are steps to this. This is a process. It's not like all of a sudden you unplug, you awaken, and you're enlightened. It's not quite like that. There's so many levels to awakening. And also with this awareness of these daily energy check-ins, of tapping into how you're feeling, tapping into awareness of energy, you also detach from what you look like. It's not that you don't care what you look like, but there is a detachment process from the 3D. And you honor the temple you are in. You honor the aging process because you know life is so short here on earth. And what do you want to do with the time left that you have here on earth? And this shift occurs within your being. And you honor this incredible vessel that you're in. No matter the weight, no matter the stretch marks, the wrinkles, the gray or white hair that you're getting, you're honoring this incredible vessel because it's holding your soul as we move through these incredible energy waves, light and connection that many of us are experiencing. So yes, let's go back to transition. And again, this is in no particular order. From July to December, you may experience transition. And this is you adapting to the energies and you balancing the energies within yourself, within your being, with what you've experienced. Let's say there's a Schumann peak and you feel the light within you, and then the body may get tired because you are adjusting to the higher frequencies. And this is a transition that you are going through. And there's also transition periods after you've created something or manifested something into the world. There is then a pause for your energy to adapt, to be in stillness, to balance once again. After you've done a large project, which may have taken weeks, months, or years, there is a transition period once you've placed this forth into the world and shared with others. And when you flow into the transition phase, you may also find that you detach, that your energy or your emotions are monotone. You are detaching from the 3D, from the 4D. You are observing life. You're aware. However, your emotions are very level. They're not negative. They're not positive. You're right in between. And it's when you see nature, for example, I was driving, and this was on a busy road, and there was a mother duck and 11 babies that were crossing the road. And she was, just taking her time, waddling across. And I stopped. In the other direction, the other car stopped. And there was a whole pile of cars behind me. There was a whole pile of vehicles behind the other person in the other direction. And it was so emotional. It was so beautiful. And we all just stopped in awe of this incredible mother duck, mama duck, with all of her babies. And they were just waddling across. And then across the street, jumped up on the sidewalk and waddled in. And we all just stopped and looked at this incredible moment of nature and enjoyed it. And you may have during this transition phase, these moments that bring you to tears with so much love that fills your heart for this planet, for each other. And then you may go back to that feeling, that monotone and detachment. And it's nature that brings you forward with so much love and gratitude. And then it's the transformation. Let's talk about transformation. These are really three big categories. Transformation. After you move through the transition phase, there is transformation. And in that transition phase, you may have also released parts of you that no longer serve you, parts of society, parts of your day-to-day lives. They've just naturally fallen away. And in the transformation, you are stepping up, moving into this new person that you are, this authentic version, this true version of who you are. And really, it's not that you're changing. You're flowing into who you truly are, into who you are meant to be. And during this transition or transformation phase, you may find that people will state, wow, you've changed. You're not who you used to be. And you can say back with loving kindness, yes, that's right. I am more of my authentic self, and be proud of that. And during this transformation phase, you may find that you connect more with beings such as the dragons, light beings from many other realms and realities and dimensions. The dragons are very present here right now on Earth, and you may be seeing their shapes and forms in clouds, and you may be connecting to them in stillness, in meditation, when you're in the bath. If you see a holistic healer, the dragons are fully here and helping us, and it is quite magical. And it really is wonderful when we feel these levels of light and love that come in. Everything really does fall away, and we feel so connected. It's been so long for so many of us to feel connected, and it is getting better and better. And then there's the creation. For so many of you, you are creating projects, you are creating new ways for the new earth. And this can be in so many categories. You may be creating a book, oracle cards, tarot cards that have such a vibration that when humans take a look at this, they are affected by the incredible energy that is put into the oracle cards or tarot cards, or the book or books. You may be creating videos, and so much love is poured into the video that others feel this. You may be creating new healing ways that have finally come together from all of your past lives, from everything you learned and the hardships that you've learned in this lifetime. They're all coming together. So yes, we are in a transition, transformation, and creation phase from July to December. And we will continue to feel these beautiful waves of love enter our hearts, enter our souls, and we will feel uplifted. And it can be for minutes, hours, days. And then we integrate within our physical vessel, within this incredible body that you are in. Yes, from July to December, there will be more sunspots. There will be an increase in solar flares, more amplitude in the Schumann resonance. And this is exciting because together we are creating the new earth. And the old is naturally falling away. And each of you is doing an energy check-in. You are checking in, you are tuning in to seeing how you're feeling, how your body is responding. And what do you need? What tools do you need to help you during this process? And maybe grounding, and maybe drinking a glass of water with a pinch of salt and lime or lemon squeezed in it. And maybe that you need to take that nap or rest when you do. It may be increasing your meditation, or increasing your exercise, or decreasing your exercise. You will know what is exactly right for you when you tune into your heart, when you slow everything down, even your breath, and you sit in stillness and you connect daily. As you connect daily to your heart, to your intuition, to your incredible self, the flow gets easier. And we have fun riding the waves through transition, transformation, and creation. It is such an honor to have all of you here, and I thank you so much for being here. I leave this video with a clip of a pond my husband and I visited. It was so incredible. The birds were singing like I've never heard them sing before. And there were no humans around. It was just nature. I hope you can feel the beauty and the energy of love and nature in this space. Wishing you a beautiful July and sending love and light to all.